What's going on, everybody? Sean Ross here, and welcome back, guys, to another live reaction to Tokyo Ghoul. We are on manga chapter 172, entitled Enough. And I'm already looking at the thumbnail for this week's chapter, and I believe that that is Nico with Kaganes spreading out behind him. So we are sticking with our clowns. Odds are sticking with Donato and Amon, which I kind of figured would be the case because if we had an epilogue type chapter with the ending of the fight between Renji and Uta, odds are we would get the same thing with Donato and Amon. But I am very curious to see what's going to happen here because it kind of seems like Donato might have been killed last chapter with Amon just summoning that gigantic ass sword and just slicing through Donato. But you never know if cloning shenanigans might be at work because Donato could just be somewhere else and his clone could have taken the brunt force of that damage. So we really don't know what's going on right here. The odds are we're going to find out in this chapter, but Ashita basically has been tying up these loose ends with Renji and Uta and Donato and Amon, which I'm really glad that he is doing, and it just goes to emphasize that we really are approaching the end game for Tokyo Ghoul. But I am also kind of hoping we get to see Kaneki and Furuta in this chapter, but if we just stick with Donato and Amon, I will be satisfied with that. So without further ado, guys, let's dive into chapter 172, entitled Enough. All right, first page. The King of the Clowns falls. So that basically is confirmation right there saying that Donato has fallen, might have died, so this feels like an epilogue type chapter for it. So we see Nico walking over to a severed head of Donato. Was his head cut off last chapter? I honestly cannot remember. I don't think it was, but I guess that might be the case. So Nico says, crown, and we just have the severed head laughing, ha ha ha, he's lost. Oh no, that's Nico laughing. He's like, crown, ha ha ha, he's lost. Kagane's seeping out maybe to heal him up, and then the shadowy Batman figure, Batmon, shows up. So we have Amon showing up like, don't bother healing him, let him be. So Enough, chapter 172. Title can also mean 10 parts or 10 minutes. We're going then. That's all right. Right? Because, all right, that's the first page. Next page. After being given the reins of the clowns from the second crown, I tried to be as evil as I possibly could. I think he's referring to Roma as the second crown because she formed the clown organization. So that actually makes a lot of sense because why would Donato be the leader of the clowns if he didn't know who originated the organization in the first place? So Roma handed the reins over to Donato. That makes perfect sense to me right there. And that's a nice little depressed looking face on Amon right there. And we just have this severed head talking, which I find hilarious. Hatred of my own inadequacy was my excuse. I grew to resonate deeply with my ghoul nature. I ravished in bloodshed and bliss. I divined meaning for my existence in my plate and the offal on it. I delighted in killing the children of the orphanage. And we have just like this shot of the orphanage, I believe, that he used to have all the children and Amon present. Donato Porapora was every bit the villain you knew him to be. This apocalyptic event, no matter how many humans it turns into ghouls, no matter how many lives it causes to be lost, I couldn't care in the slightest. Which makes a lot of sense. That's what I figured with Donato. Man is cunning. Time need but pass. Man and his cities will return. Such is the might of the energies that work to undo loss. The more that die and break, the better. It's much like tilling a field. I won't be able to see the harvest, but I do not doubt that this was a bountiful reaping. And he's just like maniacally laughing to himself. I like this like imagery he's saying, like, you know, killing these people is like taming the crops, getting rid of the weeds, getting the crops for the harvest. I like the imagery that he's painting with this. It makes sense with his character in a way. Besides meeting my fate at the hands of a paragon of justice like you, a fitting end, if I do say so myself. Just perfect. And he's laughing still. He's like, ha ha ha. If I can die at the hands of this guy right here, Amon, basically his son in a way, he's completely fine with it. So, just perfect. Ha 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 ha. Donuts. Donuts, okay. Donuts. The donuts you use to make for us as snacks. They were delicious. So this is Almon right here. You came with blankets on cold nights, and when the dog we took in died, you built it a grave in the hills. And he's like, I ate in the shadows every single child of that we. Still nostalgic of those days. And Almon just looking paused. Yes. So he does look back at the nostalgic factor of his childhood, of his upbringing at the orphanage, which makes a lot of sense because last chapter we found out from his repressed feelings deep down inside him, he still deeply loved and cared for Donato because I guess he enjoyed his time at the orphanage before he found out that Donato was a ghoul, because those were the happy times of his life. So that right there makes a lot of sense to me. I tried to forget those days. I tried to hate you. But to me, the days I spent in that orphanage are terribly dear. Exactly. I am an orphan, an abandoned child. You raised me. I know exactly what sort of person you are. A villain, a ghoul, a mass murderer, an immoral dreg of a man. Yet, is it a son's fault for loving his father? And you see Almon crying. The deeply repressed feelings are now coming to their surface. And you can see Donato's eye. He's shocked at this in a way, seeing Almon crying and basically telling him, it's like, how can you just like berate me for being a son for loving his father? And I'm not sure if this is the first time after, you know, everything that went down after he found it was a ghoul. Is this his first time that he's referring to Donato as his father, which could explain that shocked look with the zoom in shot on Donato's eye. So interesting right here. And he just starts laughing again. Maniacal laughter from Donato. Father, a masterpiece. Ha ha ha. And he just continues to laugh, and he's crying too. Donato is crying, just still laughing. That laughter rang out till he died. So right there, I think that's confirmation. I don't think anyone can say that Donato might still be alive. I think that Ishida is trying to tell us that Donato, yes, he is in fact dead. And I'm okay with this because even though Donato has been a major player this entire time, this feels like a fitting end to, you know, tie up the loose ends with Donato's character and Almon's character and their relationship. But I think this right here is just more evidence showing us that, yes, we are approaching the ending of Tokyo Ghoul Re. We still don't know how many more chapters we have, but this is feeling as if Ishida is tying up those loose ends as we are making our final stretch towards the ending of this series. But I am okay right here with this end between Donato and Almon. So very nice right there. Okay, I like that. Owl's movements. Prepare for pursuit. Ready. And we have Toka by the bedside of Saiko. I like that a lot. And Saiko's like, Maman. And man, this was going to look a lot better in the high quality scans, but this is like a shot looking out a window. But damn, that is a terrible scan right there. You can't even make out what the hell is in the background. I can see a skyscraper, but that is basically it. I am looking forward to the high quality scans to see what the hell is going on in this panel. All right, so back down in the underground, I see him. I see Kaneki, and I see our troll of a man, Furuta himself. Thank you, Ishida. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this. So we got our epilogue, but we are in fact getting this. I am so happy right now. Okay, let's see where this goes. My oh my, didn't expect to see you here, and they both have the gas masks on. You were meant to be nothing more than an offering for a dragon, but I see you're still kicking. So, what brings you down here? Don't tell me you're here for some crazy shit, like stopping this, right? I don't think you'll actually tell me, but... Oh my god, Kaneki going in for the attack. He missed him, of course, but just whipped off the mask off of Furuta's face. He's like, I am not fooling around right here. Sound effect, swing. Oh, there you go. And Furuta has a smile on his face as this is happening. Damn, oh damn. He's like, whoa! Being the typical troll. I love this man. What? Crazy shit. It is then. By the way, you're supposed to ask me stuff before attacking. I know you've got a bunch of stuff to say, like, how could you? Or why? You love that stuff, right? That why do you fight type crap, right? That's typical stuff you always see in like comic books, movies, books. Whenever the hero and the villain of the story meet each other and something bad happened beforehand that the villain caused, they're always like, why'd you do this? What is your reasoning? And Furuta's bringing that up here, kind of breaking the stereotype in a way. He's almost breaking the fourth wall, which is absolutely crazy. Furuta is one of my favorite characters. I love this man. And that's a nice profile shot of Kaneki right there. And he's like, I don't care. There you go, Kaneki. He does not care. That is nice. And I have noticed too, ever since Kaneki has come out of Dragon, I haven't brought this up, but he's had these dark blotches, these lines with the 3 down, or like under his eyes. I have noticed that. And it's like just a new feature that kind of has been added on to Kaneki's physique, his features on his face. And I just scrolled down. So serious. This man is still trolling. Even now. How is, like, I'm hoping we get some answers to him because this has to happen. We need to find out what is the main mission of Dragon. But I'm also wondering too, where the hell is Rize in all this? Where is the Rize that came out of Dragon? That's what I want to know. But him just being like so shocked and being like so serious, and he's kind of doing this too with his hand, I think. I can't really tell because this isn't like a high quality scan, but it looks like he's kind of going like this. Furuta ran. This clown. And Kaneki is just trying to attack him. He's not trying to mince words or anything. This is awesome. The genealogy of the Washu clan he was trying to entangle. The ways one might bring about a dragon. His ace in the hole joke. All the piles of text he's prepared race through his frontal lobe and sensory association cortex. Tickling his amygdala, I have no idea what that is, as they came and went. Monologue by Furuta. He is giving us narration right now. Monologue by Furuta. This man is crazy. I'm getting deja vu. Crap. And he's like cowering in the corner. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You really are strong. Really? I guess kings are a different breed, huh? Right, Mr. King? Time out. But you see, I wonder if chasing around a little insignificant insect like me really is fitting for a regal king such as yourself. I know what he's talking about with the deja vu right here. He's talking about when Eto was chasing him, because I'm getting the same vibes right now with him cowering in fear as Eto is about to attack him, and then he just unleashed his Kagane and just decimated her. I'm getting the same feeling right here. I'm hoping that isn't the case. I really do hope not. But I also like too how he's kind of like appeasing to our king, basically saying like, you're so high stature. Why do you have to go after a poor little insect like me? This man continues to amaze me. Oi, are you even listening? And Kaneki's not even listening. He's still going in for attacks, and Furuta's just screaming, stop. Oh, what the? This double spread page right here. Kaneki just got attacked? His mask fell off. What is this right here? There's no way that's Furuta's Kagane right there. There's no way, because it looks like it's coming out of the wall. It's Rize. That has to be Rize, right? It's the only explanation I can think of right now, because it doesn't look like it's coming from his figure. I don't think this is a detachable Kagane. This has to be the Rize that came from Dragon. But this double spread page is awesome. Holy crap. I just gotta look at it real quick. Oh my god. This looks awesome. Like truly, horrifyingly awesome. All right, let's go. Next page. Cool. And he's laughing. I'm going to trip you up. And he's lol, lol, lol. So this is giving me vibes back to Eto versus Furuta. I see you're the same idiot you always were. Associate special class. You plod your way here alone, trying to play the hero yet again, trying to get your way with force yet again. Hoodlum. When will you learn? Like I'd let myself lose to the likes of you, you blithering idiot. And he's monologuing right now, but I have a feeling Kaneki's not done yet. There's no way, based on what has transpired. Here's a little secret. And he's taking out his sword. He's got that trollish grin on his face. I'm actually pretty strong, you know. And he's like, grin. This man. Oh my God. I'm actually pretty strong, you know. I don't think Kaneki's done yet. Let me go to the next page. I don't think he's done yet. Kaneki's getting back up, moving his hand, and he's cracking the fingers. When's the last time he did that? Like, in a battle? I would think the start of the Cochlea raid. He'll take back Tokyo, and he's not even replying to him. He's just cracking the fingers, and he's going at it. So that right there is the ending of the chapter. End 172, next issue, In the Abyss of the 24th Word. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts on this, which I'll talk about in my review later tomorrow. But right now, with the setup that we have, there is no way that I would believe Kaneki to lose in this situation, because knowing the fact that this is the final arc in the series, you know, because we've known this for like 2 months now. This is the final arc of Tokyo Ghoul Re. Ishida cannot have Kaneki go backwards in his development and lose in this confrontation, because he can't pull another, like, I would hate it if next chapter, like, we came back and we see Kaneki decimated yet again on the floor. He did that once with Juzo in chapter 143. He cannot do that again. So he's building up Furuta right now, because we know Furuta to be really strong, considering what he did to Eto back during the Ru Island arc. But I think next chapter, Furuta is going to get wrecked, and it's going to be so good. I cannot wait to see it. I love Furuta's character, but he needs an ass whooping right now. And with the confidence oozing from Kaneki, I am hoping that is the case. I'm hoping that Ishida does not backpedal with Kaneki's character, and we just come back in the middle of the fight and Kaneki's just decimated. I would really, really not like that to happen. But this right here, very good chapter this week for Tokyo Ghoul Re. So with that, guys, that is my live reaction to chapter 172. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this week's latest chapter. What were your positives? What were your negatives? And what are you expecting moving forward with this fight between Kaneki and Furuta? Do you guys share the same thoughts as me? Or are you guys just expecting tragedy from Ishida? Most likely we always do. Let me know down in the comments. I'm very curious to see how you guys feel about this moving forward into next week's chapter. And feel free to follow me on Twitter, guys. I love talking about Tokyo Ghoul when I'm done reading the chapter with you guys on Twitter. So if you guys want to join in on the conversation there, feel free to follow me. A link can be found down in the description down below. But that's going to do it for me, guys. You'll see my review later tomorrow for chapter 172. But until next week, when we have chapter 173 of Tokyo Ghoul Re, I'll talk to you guys next time.